What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It is finally March and that means that springtime is just around the corner, and that means that the bass fishing in my area is gonna be picking up very soon. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to say that we're gonna be doing some bass fishing in today's episode. The weather's not looking super great the next couple of days, but the forecast up ahead of that is looking very springy, and I know it's gonna get the big ones munching. Before we jump into the fishing portion of today's episode, I'm gonna start this video off by showing y'all what I got in my latest premium Super 6 sack from 6 Sense Fishing. If you're seeing this for the first time, this is basically a monthly based subscription tackle sack that is delivered to your door each and every month, and everything inside of this drawstring pouch right here is at a discounted rate. There's a few different options to choose from. There is the standard sack, there's the premium sack, and then there's also the tailored version of these. I personally feel like the premium sack, you get the most bang for your buck. There's always a lot of interesting things inside of here, and it's a great way to just build your tackle box. If you're somebody who doesn't really know what to get at the store and you just want to make sure you're getting something good, you're never going to be disappointed with what you get inside of this package. So without further ado, let's jump into this here unboxing and see what we got in our latest version of the Super 6 sack. We're going to start it off right here with some Divine Shaky Worms. This is the 7-inch version and it comes in a great color. This is Dark Water Bug. I love this worm. It's very versatile. You can throw it on a Texas rig. You can rig it on the shaky head, obviously. You can also wacky rig it. And it's just a great worm, and it gets some big bites this time of the year. Next up, we're gonna go with another plastic. We have the Stroker Crawl. Now, I feel like this is probably the most versatile soft plastic in the entire 6 Sense Fishing lineup. This is a great bait to fish alone on a Texas rig, throw it on the back of a jig. I love throwing this thing on the back of the hybrid jig. You throw on a wobble head, you can literally do anything with this thing. It's also deadly on the back of a buzz bait. It's a really, really great bait. And this is a great color. Green Pumpkin Burst, probably one of my favorite colors in the entire lineup. Also, actually both these colors, the Dark Water Bug and the Green Pumpkin Burst, are super deadly. So there's the Stroker Crawl. Next up, we're gonna deal with these guys here. This is probably the most popular soft plastic on the 6 Sense Fishing website right now. If you've been keeping up with any of the other 6 Sense Fishing YouTubers, you saw some videos where this bait single-handedly caught the largest recorded bag of bass ever documented on YouTube. 60-pound sack, all on the Divine swim bait. And this is a great color. This is clear water rose. It's great for clear water, obviously. And it's also good in slightly stained water. It's a really, really nice bait. Really nice color. It's a 3.8 version. Throw on the back of a swim jig, fish it alone, fish it on a jig head. Whatever you gotta do, it's gonna get bit. Next up, we're gonna go with, heck yeah, we got these guys here. This is the Divine jig head, and these pair up seamlessly with the Divine swim bait. And these are my favorite jig heads of all time. They have a screw lock keeper, hold your bait in place. They have a solid hook. They've got 3D eyes and a realistic gill plate scheme. These are winners. And what size is this? 3/8 ounce. Can't go wrong with 3/8 ounce sized jig heads. Super versatile, super great. And it seems like we're just getting started. There's a lot more left in this bag. I'm kind of shocked actually. Next up, oh baby, this is probably my favorite thing in here. Check this out. We got a Cloud 9. This is a C10 and it's in the color Jaint Juice. Shout out to my buddy Kevin Baxter. This is actually his color. He designed it. It's kind of a muted chartreuse with a light lavender purple back. Super deadly. This bait dives down to 12 feet. Great deep diving crankbait option. And wow, was not expecting to find this in the Super 6 sack. I love this bait a ton, and that is a fantastic color. We've got good colors and everything so far. Next up, we've got another crankbait. This is gonna be deadly this spring in some muddy water. The Crush 50S. This is a silent square bill. We have chartreuse, black back, great in muddy water. And with it being silent, it's a little bit more stealthy. If you have some spooky bass, you know, this might be the ticket to get them to bite. Next up, we've got another crankbait, and this is a deadly little guy too. This doesn't get talked about that much. This is the Crush 25X. This guy has rattles, but this is the smaller version of that 50X. We can use it here to compare the size of the two. The 50's on the bottom, the 25's on top. Now this is gonna be a great bait. After the shad spawn, we have all the baby shad grouped up in balls, and the bass are eating the small bait fish. You can throw this little guy through there and they're gonna eat it. You know, that larger size crankbait, they might spook away from it because it's not, you know, exactly the size of the bait they're feeding on, but that is a great option. Or anytime you're fishing maybe like a smaller body of water, like a pond, or just anywhere you have small bait fish, that dude is killer, and that's a great color. Gizzard shad. Can't go wrong. And I think we have one more thing to wrap up this premium Super 6 sack unboxing, and that is going to be the Divine hybrid jig. Pair that up with this guy and you will catch some fish. This is a great versatile jig. You can pitch it, you can skip it, you can swim it, you can drag it. You can literally do anything with this jig, and it's gonna get bit. And That's actually probably what we're gonna be using in today's video. I haven't made up my mind yet of what we're gonna be doing, but I'm feeling like throwing a divine hybrid jig around. So to recap, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things out of our latest Super 6 sack. Definitely got our money's worth out of it. So I think that the premium Super 6 sack retails for 36 bucks online, but if you punch in the discount code CJSuper6 at checkout, you can get your first bag for $10 off. So all of that for 26 bucks. That's a heck of a deal. That is great. So I will leave all the information to the Super 6 sack linked in the video description below. But with that being said, let's go out in the water and let's go catch some biggins. Big, gotcha. The wind is blowing me all sideways. He's not as big as I thought he was, but he's a good one. Get over here. I'm just trying to maintain my balance. Oh, stay on there, big guy. Stay on there. Woo! There we go. Woo! The wind is ripping. I just threw a little anchor out and I'm kind of drifting around, kind of crazy, but we got our first fish of the mission. Fell victim to that 6 Sense Divine hybrid jig slash stroker craw combo. Let's get him pinned real quick. Man, I jacked him. Woohoo! There we go, there's the bait. And there is our first bass of the day. Felt like a monster at first because my boat was sliding around me. He's about 2 1/4 probably. Decent way to start. No 15 pounder or nothing crazy, but hey, I will take that. I'm jacked about that. Let's send it back and let's see if we can get another one. Yeah, boy. Oh gosh. This wind is just ripping, guys. About blew my hat off. I've got slightly better boat position. I kind of got my anchor down here tied to the stump. Man, what a brutal afternoon it is. Gotcha. Gotcha. Feels like a good one. Feels bigger than the last one. Feels very nice. Feels very nice. Oh! Oh! Come here, he's bigger than the last one. Yeah, boy, let's go. Oh, my hands are so cold. They're wet and the wind is just not letting it off. And that's another nice fish. Hybrid jig in his face. Got a big old thick tail. This is a really chunky bass. Oh man, I felt him just crunch it, threw a bunch of slack, and I was like, oh crap, I might have missed him. Nice bass, guys. Man, what another just beautiful, stocky, healthy largemouth bass. And here is not a whole lot bigger than the first one we caught, but she's gonna be just under 3 pounds or so. Fat, healthy, pre-spawn. We're looking for some big ones though, looking for some of those 5, 6, 15 pound largemouth out here today. Not sure if we're gonna get any 15 pounders, but a 5 or 6 pounder is definitely possible. It's cold and windy, but we're out here and we are getting the job done. So let's send this fish back. We'll see you later. There she goes. What an awesome fish. And again, we caught that fish on this guy right here, the 6 Sense hybrid jig. We're using the black and blue color. The water's pretty murky. You have it paired up with that dark water bug stroker craw. And I'm throwing it on the ESP 7'3" heavy rod from 6 Sense. This is just an amazing rod for throwing jigs. It just drives that hook into the roof of that fish's mouth and they just can't come unpinned. I have yet to lose a bass on a jig with this rod right here. And I don't see it failing me anytime soon. We got about 2 hours a day that left. We're gonna fish, you know, for a good while and just keep poking around, keep pitching to these stumps, these logs, these trees up here in this creek channel, and hopefully we can connect with a bigger bass than the 2 we've caught. But if for some reason we don't connect with any more fish today, I am very satisfied with the results we've had so far on this hybrid jig. there a fish on there? Is there a fish? Oh, it is a fish. Yes. Oh gosh, come here. He ran right to me the whole time. Swapped it up on him. Yes. That is crazy. I did not know I had a fish. I mean, I felt like I had a bite, but he just ran straight at me. There we go. There is our third fish, and it is on a new bait. This is the Crush Flat 75X Brown Eye Special. This is a killer pre-spawn crankbait. The flat-sided crankbaits just do wonders in cold water. That color does great in the spring and in dirty water. And we've got ourselves a little bass, not a big one. But man, that was only like my second cast of that over there. And we've got 3 bass now. How about it? We'll send it back. Bye. Yes. Big. Big. Oh, come here, big guy. Come here, he's got that thing choked. Oh, yes, sir. Number 4. Oh, yeah, man. I thought he was so much bigger than that when he hit it. Yeah, choked that thing, boy. Choked it. Got some black lipstick. Look at that. Another beautiful largemouth. Made a little move up the creek a little bit, pitched next to this giant cypress tree over here, and he just thumped it. And whenever I lifted up on it, he was like 6 feet away from where my bait landed. Ah, that's awesome. All right, another about 2.5 pounder. Let's see. Let's go. Right there by that tree. Maybe there's another one. Well, I think that I pitched my jig at least 3 times to each and every stump, log, and tree out here in this creek channel today, and I couldn't be happier with the results. We got 4 really nice bass. The weather conditions out here were absolutely brutal in this kayak today. It was cold, it was kind of rainy, but that wind was killer. It was blowing like 20 miles an hour the whole time I was out here fishing, and 20-mile-an-hour wind is already pretty tough on an angler, but when you're trying to maneuver a stupid kayak around and keep your boat position and your anchor is like getting drugged with the wind, you know, it can be pretty difficult. So I'm definitely jacked that we caught those 4 fish today. And I'm thinking that the fishing is only going to get better because the weather conditions are going to be improving throughout the rest of this week. Looking like it's going to be in the 60s and 70s, and that's going to get these fish moved up, get them fired up, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a whole bunch and hopefully land some really big ones, you know, some 15, 16 pounders that we're after. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode. I've got about 15 minutes of daylight left, and I've got about a 30-minute paddle back. So I don't want to be paddling in the dark for too long. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you check the links down in the video description so you can check out all the gear that was used in today's episode. I'm Kayak, and I will catch you on the next episode. Bye, guys.